Dear shareholders, good afternoon and a warm welcome to the 87th Annual General Meeting of Cipla Limited. For the smooth conduct of the meeting, all the shareholders will be in mute mode. The audio and video will be unmuted for those shareholders who have registered themselves as speaker. During the Q&A session, members who have not registered as speakers but want to ask questions may do so by posting their questions in the chat box available on their screen. Shareholders are also provided with a webcast facility for live viewing of the proceedings of the meeting. Please note that, as per the statutory requirements, the proceedings of the annual general meeting are being recorded, and the recording as well as the transcript will be uploaded on the website of the company. I now invite our chairman, Dr. Y.K. Hamid, to initiate the proceedings. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's morning where I am, but good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to the 87th Annual General Meeting of the company. I would like Mr. Rajendra Chopra to make an announcement, and then I'll take over after that. So Rajendra, the ball is in your court.
Chairman sir, before I start the statutory process, may I request you to please introduce the board members who are attending this meeting?
I will do that. On my left, we've got Mr. Ashok Sinha. Then I think the picture is not very clear to me, but I think that is Adil Zainul Bhai, then Punita Lal. Then I think it is, I don't know, the names are not very clear, but I would like
Ashish.
to please, Ashish is there. Then there's myself. Then there is, it's not very clear. So Rajendra, why don't you do the necessary introduction on my behalf?
Mr. Chopra, please unmute your audio.
Samina Hamid is on the left of mine. Then you've got Mr. M.K. Hamid, I can recognize. The pictures in front of me are not very clear. So will you do the needful, please?
Mr. Chopra, over to you.
I'll do it, sir. I'll do it.
Please.
On the top left, we have Mr. Ashok Sinha. Ashok Sinha is the independent director and chairman of the audit committee. Next to Mr. Ashok Sinha, we have Mr. Adil Zainul Bhai. He is the lead independent director on the board of the company. Then we have Ms. Punita Lal. She is the independent director and the chairperson of the nomination and remuneration committee. Then we have Mr. Ashish Adukia. He is our global chief financial officer. Below Mr. Ashish Adukia, we have Mr. Umang Vora. He is the managing director and global chief executive officer. Then we have our chairman, Dr. Y.K. Hamid. Below Dr. Y.K. Hamid, we have Mr. P.R. Ramesh. He is the independent director and member of the audit committee. Then we have on the left side of the screen, we have under Mr. Ashok Sinha, we have Mr. M.K. Hamid. He is the vice chairman. Then below Mr. M.K. Hamid, we have Ms. Samina Hamid. She is the executive vice chairperson and the chairperson of the investment and risk management committee meeting. Then we have Mr. S. Radhakrishnan. He is the chairman of the stakeholder relationship committee meeting. Beside Mr. S. Radhakrishnan, we have Mr. Robert Stewart. He is the independent director of the company. And then we have Dr. Mandar Vedya. He is also the independent director of the company. Thank you. In addition to the board member, we also have Mr. Gautam Vadera. He is the partner at Walker Chandiok and Company LLP. They are the statutory auditors. Then we have Mr. B. Narasimhan, practicing company secretary. He is the secretarial auditor and the scrutinizer for the purpose of the voting results at the AGM. We also have Mr. D. H. Javeri. He is the cost auditor for us, and Mr. L. Bhargava, who is certified the non-financial aspects of the annual report. The requisite quorum is present, and therefore I call this meeting with the permission of the chairman in order. And I'll make now the statutory announcement.
Please do that.
Thank you. This meeting is being conducted through video conference in accordance with the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and the circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and the SEBI. The proceedings of this annual general meeting are also being webcasted live and can be viewed using the details provided in the notice to the annual general meeting. The integrated annual report containing the board report, the auditor's report, the financial statements, and other reports, along with the notice of this meeting, have already been sent to the shareholders at their registered email ID. I hope all the shareholders have received the annual report. With your permission, I take them as read. Since there are no qualifications, observation, comment, or remark in the statutory auditors or the secretarial auditors report for the year ended 31st March 2023, I take the liberty and consider both the reports as read in the interest of the time. In order to enable you to vote on the resolutions, we have provided e-voting facility through NSDL platform. The remote e-voting commenced at 9 a.m. on Sunday, 6th August 2023, and ended at 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time on Wednesday, 9th August 2023. The voting rights were reckoned on the shares held by the members as on the cutoff date, that is 3rd August 2023. In case you have not exercised your voting right through the remote e-voting facility, I request you to do so now while watching the AGM proceeding. Voting will remain open up to 30 minutes from the conclusion of this meeting. Since you have been provided e-voting facility, there will be no voting by show of hands at the meeting as per the statutory provision. The statutory document, registers, and reports as are required to be placed at the AGM are open for inspection electronically. Shareholder who wish to inspect these document, register, or reports can write to us at cipla.agm@cipla.com. We will facilitate the inspection. May I now invite our chairman, Dr. Y.K. Hamid, to address the shareholder and deliver his speech. Over to you, Chairman.
Thank you, Rajendra. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in India or in the rest of the world, welcome to the 87th Annual General Meeting of CIPLA. In the past 3 years, major advancement in medical science provided solutions to protecting the well-being and health of society, including COVID-19 patients. Every time the world has faced a crisis, we have witnessed humanity coming out stronger. The advancement in pharma research, scientific innovation, newer discoveries of therapies and treatment options would not have been possible without the work, dedication, and insight of scientists and researchers worldwide. Society in general owes them a deep debt of gratitude. All of you have received a copy of CIPLA's annual report for the year ended 31st March 2023. This includes a detailed summary of our financial performance, management discussions and analysis, business strategy, manufacturing operations, supply chain management, human relations, corporate social responsibility, environment practices, and overall company governance. With your permission, I take the report as read. This is the 6th consecutive year in which we have presented a fully integrated annual report. It is pertinent to note that in the last 2 decades, the Indian pharmaceutical industry has stood true to its position of being the pharmacy capital of the world. Armed with a robust network of 3,000 pharma companies and approximately 10,000 manufacturing units spread across India, India offers a unique international competitive advantage. It is time that we reevaluate India's role within the global pharmaceutical industry, strengthen our position in the light of geopolitical changes, biodiversity, and attaining self-sufficiency with innovation as the guiding principle for future growth. Gentlemen, today the world is faced with many challenges, including that of AMR, antimicrobial resistance, climate change, natural disasters, and multiple risks. Your company is actively working to combat AMR and improving antibiotic usage or misuse of antibiotics. We are also promoting incremental innovation in the area of repurposing and repositioning of active and essential drugs. On the environmental front, Cipla is making a major impact towards carbon and water neutrality and net zero targets to bring about a positive change in the world. During the year under review, we forged many partnerships and made significant investments in newer therapies such as messenger RNA, CAR T, cell therapies, biosimilars, stem cell research, digital therapeutics, etc. I sincerely believe that this will lead to build up the Cipla of the future. We maintain our rank as the third largest pharma company in India and also in South Africa. We have recently achieved the second rank in that country. Apart from this, we are among the leading 15 global generic pharma companies. In the area of dispensing medicines in the USA, Cipla ranks among the top 10. In the field of respiratory medicine, our presence is growing with very new, interesting launches. We have a leading presence in the care spectrum with a wide range of drugs and device combinations that has established Cipla as a leader in respiratory medicine, both in India and in many key emerging markets. Your company has extended its humanitarian approach beyond providing essential medicines. Cipla Palliative Care and Training Center has provided care beyond cure to many terminally ill patients, particularly suffering from cancer and allied ailments. Over the past 25 years, this center, which is in Pune, has cared for approximately 25,000 patients, along with their families and caretakers. This outstanding gesture on the part of Cipla gives all of us a great deal of satisfaction and has firmed up our resolve to expand access to palliative care across the country. Guided by our compassion and perseverance, we will always strive to improve access to quality medicines, and that too at affordable prices, not only in India and Africa, but globally as well. Finally, I'd like to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to all my colleagues on the CIPLA Board of Directors and CIPLA's management team for their support, guidance, and visionary leadership. I would also like to acknowledge the contribution to the company of all our employees, both past and present, as well to our shareholders, so that CIPLA can continue its successful march forward. As always, our profuse thanks to the medical profession, our customers, our suppliers, our partners, and associates for their continued support and trust in our company, the evergreen CIPLA. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Yeah.
Umang, may I invite you to now present and provide an update to the shareholders on the.
I now request Mr. Umang, our MD and Global CEO, to brief you on the operations and performance of the company. And thereafter, Rajendra, will you take over the statutory items as proposed in the notice of the AGM and other matters? Over to you, Umang.
Thank you very much, Chairman Sir, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for the opportunity to present the CIPLA performance over the past 1 year. As most of you may have received our annual report, this time's theme is Force for Good, and we've just replicated that on this slide. So if you go to the next slide, please. This is the snapshot of the performance. I think a couple of factors that we should be happy about. The first is the growth excluding COVID. CIPLA showed an 11% growth year on year on a high base from the previous year of COVID therapies. The EBITDA margin is adjusted margin is at 23%. We reported closer to 22%. R&D spends have grown 20% year on year and are measuring in at about 6% of sales. So if you look at the overall snapshot, I think the strong trajectory and profitability continues. There is revenue growth, and as you may have seen in Q1, numbers are revenue engine and momentum and portfolio and pipeline that we have been investing over the past couple of years is beginning to yield us the outcomes that we had expected. Covering very quickly on our markets, One India was up 13% year on year, and again, this excludes the benefit of COVID. But if you were to look at just the trajectory of this business over the past, I would say 8 to 10 quarters has been consistently beating market. We are improving the share of chronic therapies in our portfolio, and our consumer franchise and generics business are contributing significantly to the various demographic patterns that we see in the India market. In North America, business has grown really strongly. We're at 23% growth. This business used to be sub 200-300 million till about 7 to 8 years back. And we continue to see the trajectory going forward, largely out of the portfolio unlocking that we have been bringing, our supply reliability, as well as the smart consumer strategy that we have deployed through the team in the US. On South Africa, the private market took a slight blip this year. I think it was adjusting for the COVID pace in the numbers. I think our business continues to remain strong for many quarters now, almost 20 plus quarters we have beaten market, and we continue to do so in terms of growth. This business is rebounding very healthily, as we have seen in the Q1 of this year. And in international markets, the business withstood a lot of volatility, but we are in our direct-to-market businesses, which are the businesses we are building for the future. We've seen double-digit secondary growth almost across all the markets that we operate in. So the commercial engine of this company, I think, is firing very strongly. And I will cover the rest of the slides where we will also talk about the operating performance. Can we go to the next slide, please? Beyond what we do commercially, we stand as a company that cares for life. There are several themes that the chairman also mentioned in terms of palliative care, but there is a lot that our foundation does in terms of disaster response, in terms of projects that we take on for sustainability, for health. And many people have told us that we as a company operate with the heart of a foundation, and I think that is the most, that's the best thing that we hear every time that we interact with significant shareholders, such as the doctors, such as the hospitals, and several other stakeholders of our company. But a lot of work done by not only the Cipla Foundation, which has proudly led us to where we are today, but also the several aspects of our business. Can we go to the next slide, please? We had spoken to you about of our strategy, which we had called the Trinity of passion, capability, and economic engine. I'd like to tell you that we have achieved significantly almost all big aspects of our strategic blueprint. In fact, in this year, just about 2 to 3 weeks back, Cipla also had a discussion with its board of the new strategy for the next 4 years. And there are equally challenging themes that have been laid out by the board to the management. And the management has accepted that we will drive the strategy of Cipla around those pillars that have been articulated. But very quickly, over the past 3 years, not only has Cipla increased its portfolio in the lung leadership space. I think we disclosed that lung leadership and ailments of the lung account for 30% now of the share of our revenues. We spoke about wellness becoming very strong. It's currently about closer to 9% of our revenues. We're hoping to take that up to 15%. In AMR, we have created significant portfolio additions. And every time there is a crisis, we want to be the company that can come up with a solution to problems that the world faces, just like we did in COVID, just like we did in HIV. As I mentioned, the home markets, most of the market commentary that I covered are in good standing at this point in time, as is the US, with the type of differentiated assets that we have. Of course, we've had some issues with our facilities, and I will talk about them in a separate slide. If you look at our emerging market strategy, that is in terms of double-digit growth that we're seeing in most secondary markets, that's on track. During the year and several years before, maybe 2 to 3 years before, digital became a real opportunity for us to increase the canvas that we operate in. And the company has adopted several and significant moves. Even the training that we impart today to patients goes through a digital universe that we call Breathe Free Digital Educators. And on the rest of the continuous improvement in our ability to create a benchmark of costs, I think that continues to happen. None of these is possible without 3 things that run in the organization. The first is the culture of quality. Second is the type of portfolio work that happens in our facilities, in our labs, because they are the real fuel for the fire that we put into each one of our commercial engines. And the third is the talent that this company has. And on all 3, we have achieved significant breakthroughs. We continue to redefine the boundaries of science. We're continuing to push the envelope in drug product categories, work with agencies to get the best medicines that can satisfy unmet needs. In most places, we are a follow-on as a generic, in the sense that we are the first generic to the market. But in many places, we are now redefining this boundary to be the first company to be able to come up with this through our efforts in mRNA, through our efforts in the bio side of the world, and in the Stempeutics, through our alliance partner in Stempeutics. And so there's a lot happening. I will cover quality as well, but we are very proud of what we've been able to achieve in the past strategic plan period that we've just finished. Can we go to the next slide, please? ESG continues to be a very strong focus for Cipla. We realize that as a company, we carry this responsibility. And I'd like to repeat a line that our facility in Kurkumbh has. And that line inspires us every time. And that line really is that you don't inherit this earth from our parents. We borrow it from our children, and that's the responsibility that we take as people at Cipla. We realize that we've borrowed this planet from the future generations, from our children, and we need to leave it better than how we borrowed it. And that is the responsibility. As you can see, Chairman has outlined the goals that we are trying to achieve. We're well underway with these goals. The company is being recognized for what it's doing in terms of carbon neutrality. I think about 40%, 45% of our power today comes from renewable sources. And I think that's a very strong achievement for us as a company. We're doing a lot in water because pharmaceuticals is very extensive with the use of water because we clean. And sometimes the water we use can be redeployed. And I think that's what we are trying to do. At the same time, we're working with several communities around our facilities in making sure that they have sustainability embedded in those communities and how we can help them to achieve their objectives of life and sustainability. If you go to the next slide, please. I want to speak about certain recent news items around our Goa and Indore facilities. I would like to give you a commitment that management is working earnestly to the remediation of what has been found by the US FDA at these facilities. In Goa, which the facility is from 2020, has been under the warning letter status from the FDA. We have while we have remediated all the actions that we have promised to the FDA, we also have some early green shoots of progress. We were recently audited by the MHRA, and that audit went off relatively well. While Goa waits for the opportunity to be re-inspected by the FDA, we have actively been de-risking our product portfolio from here and are working on moving some of these difficult to do products to other partner sites within our network where possible, and with other partners where it's not possible in our network. In Indore, which was a recent inspection, we have in constant dialogue with the FDA. We're in a process of remediating most of the actions that the FDA has mentioned. We believe a re-inspection of this facility may happen in the next year. And at this point in time, we have deployed the best consultants to help us with both of these facilities. So we feel confident that we're on the right track. And pretty soon, we are hoping that these facilities complete the remediation activities that is demanded of them. Again, here, the assets that we had filed, which are limited, are being de-risked to our other sites, some of which happen to be in the US. Can we go to the next slide, please? So Chairman spoke about how this world is changing, about how science and how much of gratitude we as a society owe to the scientists. But some of those areas that are happening in the future if you fast forward to the future, you would see biosimilars becoming a very large portion of our portfolio. You would see mRNA therapies becoming the cornerstone of how innovation comes, genomics, the basic way in which respiratory medicine is changing, and the impact of digital. And I'd like to mention that we are cognizant of these. We are investing significantly, either through ourselves or through our partner network, either through equity or through broad alliances into each of these areas. And several of these has been part of what the company has done over the past. But, and that's the focus that we bring, not just managing the today of operations, but making sure that we continue to stay more relevant as a company than we have been today to the patients that we serve. I'd like to thank the Cipla team. I'd like to thank the board for their counsel, their partnership, and the Cipla team for what we do every day, the 25,000 of us. Clearly, a lot of our initiatives are being recognized. We've been awarded various awards, as well as several citations on what we do on a day-to-day basis. So with that, with thanks to all of you shareholders for your support, and to the employees of Cipla, our partners, and to the board for their constant counsel and judgment. Thank you very much. Rajendra, I'll now transfer this to you.
Thank you, Aman. The shareholders may note that since this meeting is being held through video conference and the resolutions provided in the notice have already been put to vote through e-voting, there will be no proposing and seconding to the resolution for the resolutions. I will now brief you on all the resolutions which we have proposed in the notice of the annual general meeting. Once I finish the customary process of briefing on the resolutions, we will invite the members who have registered their name to ask questions or seek clarifications or express their views from the management, statutory auditor, and secretarial auditors. Item number 1 and 2 of the notice have been proposed as ordinary resolutions for adoption of audited standalone and consolidated financial statement of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2023 and the report of the board of directors and auditor thereon. The auditor has issued an unmodified report on the financial statement and has confirmed that the financial statement present a true and fair view of the state of affairs of the company. The board has recommended these financial statements for adoption by the members. Item number 3 of the notice has been proposed as an ordinary resolution for declaration of dividend. The board has recommended a final dividend of 8 rupee 50 paisa per equity share for the financial year ended 31st March 2023. Upon approval by the company, the company will endeavor to pay the dividend within 7 working days from the date of declaration, but in no case it will be after 30 days from the annual general meeting. Item number 4 of the notice has been proposed as an ordinary resolution for appointment of Mr. Umang Vora as a director liable to retire by rotation. Except Mr. Umang Vora, none of the directors and key managerial personnel of the company and their relatives are concerned or interested in the resolution. Based on the performance evaluation and on the recommendation of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee, the board has recommended the reappointment of Mr. Umang Vora as a director liable to retire by rotation. Item number 5 of the notice has been proposed as an ordinary resolution for ratification of the remuneration of cost auditor for the financial year 2023-24. The board, on the recommendation of the audit committee, has approved the remuneration of 12,50,000 rupees plus applicable taxes and out-of-pocket expenses as remuneration to Mr. D.H. Javeri, the cost auditor. As per the provisions of the Companies Act, since the remuneration approved by the board is required to be ratified by the members of the company, the board recommends ratification of the remuneration of the cost auditor. We will now invite the members who have registered themselves to ask any question to the management, the statutory auditor or secretarial auditor, or to make any suggestions. We have received 24 requests from the members who want to speak at the AGM. They will be unmuted and will be allowed to ask questions when called upon by the moderators. We will reply to all the questions and queries in one go. Considering the high registrations from the speakers, in the interest of time, I request the members to keep their questions and comments in brief and not to repeat the questions which have already been asked by the fellow members. I also request not to take more than 2 minutes. This will ensure that other members get opportunity to ask the questions. May I now request the moderator to please invite the shareholders one by one. Over to you, moderator.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. I now invite the first speaker shareholder, Mr. Arun Kumar Bopanna. Please accept the prompt on your screen, unmute your audio and video from your device, and proceed with your question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while Mr. Bopanna unmutes his audio and video. Please go ahead. Please unmute your microphone and go ahead with your question.
Hello,
You're audible, sir.
audible. Good afternoon to everybody. Thanks to Rajendra Chopra for sending me the balance sheet and arranging this VC. Chairman, sir, in a century the world has seen Spanish flu, world wars, corona. We lost a lot of friends and relatives too. With no one ahead and with no one behind, Dr. K. Hamid started Cipla in 1935 to make affordable drugs, changing the face of Indian pharma industry. Cipla did develop, deliver, and delight us for 87 years, sticking to their roots religiously, providing modern medicines to the Indian masses at affordable prices, and compliments for enabling access, affordability, and innovative medicines to the Indian public, for bringing down the prices with the first-to-market medicines in India too. My questions are: what is the impact of the Ukraine war for raw material security, and how did we act? And now the skills are to be rebooted with AI and coding, etc. What is the budget for us in HR? What is the employee average age and with the attrition rate and employees by gender? Concerning the present momentum, what will be our asset base at the end of the decade? So this drug delivery system, new drug deliveries have come. Oral is taking a backseat, I understand. Injectables and transdermal therapies are taking the stage now. I think last year, Mr. Umang said that we are trying to get something from Japan. So what are the transdermal patches are you importing from Japan? And what is the status of transdermal patches within Cipla and within the country? And what will be the future? And lastly, so the question is, the IEPF and KYC norms has become a major headache. It's a nightmare for senior citizens like me. And a company like Titan in Bangalore has pioneered the initiative to assist the shareholders. I would request and suggest Cipla to take the initiative to help the shareholders for physical form. And tribute to the founders and successors of Cipla. Cipla was built with a spirit to serve the poor of the country with a dedication. The dominant position of Cipla is an impressive achievement, a record. It speaks for itself. The accomplishments of the founders and successors are nothing short of being remarkable. In conclusion, regardless, achievements of the past must not matter. Achievements for the future we must focus on. I wish Cipla all the best to develop, deliver, and delight us in the coming centuries too. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We tried contacting speaker shareholder number 2, Sailesh Mahadevia, to join the meeting. However, on the account of no response from the member, we will move on to the next speaker, Ms. Smita Shah and Bharat Shah, speaker shareholder number 3. Please accept the prompt on your screen. Unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with your question. Mr. Bharat Shah, please accept the prompt on your screen. Unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with your question. Mr. Shah, please unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with your question. You are audible.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible, ma'am. Please proceed.
मैडम आवाज आ रही है सर हमारी?
Yes,
Hello.
yes. Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Sir, 1 minute, sir. माननीय चेयरमैन सर.
Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am. Your audio is not clear now. Please check.
Hello. आवाज आ रही है सर?
Now it is audible. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Thank you. माननीय चेयरमैन सर श्री YK हमीद जी, वाइस चेयरमैन MK श्री हमीद जी और एग्जीक्यूटिव वाइस चेयरमैन चेयरपर्सन मिस समीना जी और MD श्री उमंग जी, साथ में सभी मान्यवर डायरेक्टर्स आप सभी को स्मिता शाह का सादर नमस्कार। सर, कंपनी का एक्सीलेंट परफॉर्मेंस काफी अवार्ड। सो आज माना करंट ईयर का जो 10 साल के कंपेयर में मैं देखूं तो अपना रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन, प्रॉफिट फॉर द ईयर, अर्निंग पर शेयर सभी में बढ़ोतरी नजर आ रही है। और आज सालों पुरानी कंपनी का नाम आपने पूरे मार्केट में तो सही बट पूरे वर्ल्ड में ही अपना सिप्ला का नाम बहुत मशहूर बना दिया है सर। ये तो सर आपकी लीडरशिप का कमाल है। पूरी बोर्ड टीम का सहयोग, साथ में सभी कर्मचारियों का भी सहयोग रहा है, जिससे अपना कंपनी का नाम आज आपने रोशन किया है। सर, आप तो तारीफे काबिल हो। सर, आपके लिए तो मैं क्या कहूँ। सर, डिविडेंड भी आपने शेयर होल्डर को पर शेयर 8.50 दिया है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। फाइनल डिविडेंड जो दिया, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। हम आपको हम शेयर होल्डरों का भी ऑलवेज सहकार हमने किया है और हमारा हरदम आपके साथ साथ रहा है। आपकी जब भी वाईबी चौहान में भी रहती थी तब भी हम लोग फिजिकल में हम अटेंड रहते थे। और सो सर, आज भी हम अटेंड कर पा रहे, सो बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। हमारा हरदम सपोर्ट है और आज के सभी रिजोल्यूशन में मैं फुल्ली सपोर्ट करती हूँ और मेरी हार्दिक शुभकामना आपके साथ हरदम रहेगी। सर, हरदम रहे आप हिट और फिट और आने वाला फ्यूचर आपके लिए हो सुपर हिट और चौगुनी सफलता के साथ आगे बढ़े, यही मेरी शुभकामना। और लास्टली मैं जरूर कहूंगी कि सर, हमारे कंपनी सेक्रेटरी श्री राजेंद्र जी के लिए मैं कहूँ तो बिल्कुल शांत, सोबर, गुड नेचर, हार्ड वर्कर। वैसे ही उनके साथ नटराजन भी है, बहुत ही हार्ड वर्कर है। आज उन्हीं की मदद से, उनके ही सपोर्ट से आपसे हम ये 4 साल से एजीएम जो वीसी माध्यम से करे तो वो लोग की सपोर्ट से हम आपकी अटेंड कर पा रहे हैं। तो मैं पूरी सेक्रेटरी टीम का, राजेंद्र जी के साथ नटराजन, सभी का मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मानती हूँ और पूरी टीम को मेरी शुभकामना के साथ गुड इन्वेस्टर सर्विस के लिए धन्यवाद और अभिनंदन। सर, मेरी एक लास्टली एक हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट है सर। अभी 4 साल से तो आपके वीसी दर्शन हो रहे हैं, तो सर अभी एक रूबरू मिलना तो जरूरी है सर। तो सर, नेक्स्ट ईयर जरूर आप रूबरू फिजिकल एजीएम रखें ताकि हम सभी साथ में आमने सामने मिलकर बात कर सके और हमें बात करने का फिजिकल मौका मिले। सो सर, हम जरूर रहेंगे नेक्स्ट मीटिंग में, हम आपके साथ साथ और आप सभी रहिए ऑलवेज गुड हेल्थ वेल के साथ। बस आज के सभी रिजोल्यूशन में मैं फुल्ली सपोर्ट करती हूँ। धन्यवाद सर। सर, भरत साहब बात करते चालू रखिए। थैंक यू सर, चालू रखिए।
माननीय चेयरमैन श्री अमित जी और अन्य माननीय डायरेक्टर सर, मेरा नाम सर भरत शाह। सर, ज्यादा टाइम नहीं दूंगा, 1-1.5 मिनट दूंगा सर। और सर, मैं बरसों से इश्यू टाइम से आपका शेयर होल्डर रहा हूँ, बरसों से एजीएम अटेंड करता हूँ सर। मेरी कोई क्वेरी नहीं है। आप लिटरली कंपनी चला रहे हो, हमेशा शेयर होल्डर का इसको ख्याल रखा है आपने और शेयर होल्डर को अच्छा रिटर्न दिया है सर और व्यवस्थित रिटर्न दिया है। तो मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मानता हूँ। ईश्वर को प्रार्थना है अपनी कंपनी बहुत आगे बढ़े सर। और सर, सारे अवार्ड्स के लिए भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मानता हूँ। सीएसआर एक्टिविटी भी अच्छी चल रही है, मानवता का करे तो बहुत धन्यवाद मानता हूँ। और कंपनी सेक्रेटरी श्री राजेंद्र जी और उनकी टीम के नटराजन जी और पूरी टीम को बहुत धन्यवाद मानता हूँ। बहुत अच्छी इन्वेस्टर सर्विस दे रहे, हमेशा शेयर होल्डर को रिस्पेक्ट देते, शेयर होल्डर की कोई क्वेरी है तो सोल्व करते। और मैं पूरी टीम को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, अभिनंदन देते हुए इसी माध्यम में जुड़ने के लिए भी उनकी टीम ने बहुत व्यवस्थित किया है। बैलेंस शीट भी बहुत अच्छी बनाई है उन्होंने और बैलेंस शीट की कॉपी भी हमको व्यवस्थित टाइम पर भेजी है। बहुत धन्यवाद मानता हूँ सर। और सर, फैक्ट्री विजिट को बहुत टाइम हो गया, लास्ट ईयर भी आप बोलते थे, तो अभी परिस्थिति बहुत व्यवस्थित है, तो ये साल हो सके तो जरूर फैक्ट्री विजिट कराने की मेरी हार्टली रिक्वेस्ट है। और बोनस साल के लिए भी मैं रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ सर, आने वाले साल में जरूर बोनस देना और लास्ट बोनस सर कभी दिया था वो भी जरूर बताना सर। बाकी तो सर, फेस टू फेस नेक्स्ट ईयर जरूर मीटिंग रखना। तो अपन मिले 4 साल हो गए, तो नेक्स्ट ईयर फेस टू फेस मीटिंग जरूर रखना, तो एक आत्मीयता का बढ़ावा हम मिलेंगे। आने वाले सारे त्योहारों की, दिवाली सब त्योहारों की शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ और सारे रिजोल्यूशन में मेरा पूरा सपोर्ट है। हम सदा आपके साथ है सर, सदा साथ रहेंगे। थैंक यू वेरी मच। जय हिंद सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you very much. I now invite speaker shareholder number 4, Mr. Kaushik Shahukar. Please accept the prompt on your screen, unmute your audio and video from your device, and proceed with your question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while Mr. Shahukar unmutes his audio and video. Mr. Shahukar, please unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with your question.
I'm audible, sir?
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I am honored to have the opportunity to address you all today and would like to express my gratitude to the Board of Directors for allowing me this chance once again. First off, I salute the Board of Directors for continuing busy mode of meeting, thereby allowing pan-India participation. So I request you to continue this trend. I am satisfied shareholder of our company and I must commend the management for their remarkable efforts in creating wealth for the shareholders. However, I like to raise a couple of concerns. My primary concern pertains to the utilization of SEBI on account of virtual mode of meeting. I believe it would be prudent and fair to allocate a portion of these funds to the welfare of the shareholders, more particularly among speaker shareholders who actually participate in AGM as speakers. Considering their valuable contribution and active involvement in the meeting, it would be a gesture of recognition and appreciation to distribute a small memento among important festivals. Sir, can you provide me the expenses on account of virtual mode of meeting and on account of physical mode of meeting if possible? I humbly request to you or the board to consider my proposal and explore the possibility of implementing this gesture of gratitude and appreciation. By doing so, I firmly believe that it will reinforce the positive rapport between the company and the stakeholders and contribute to the overall well-being of the corporate family. So my next concern is, uh, do you manufacture any drugs in preventing skin rashes or urinary infection? And also, do you manufacture any oncology products? So if yes, can you just share the name? My final concern is the company has been hesitant in supporting individuals in need, including myself. I have shared my credentials in the past and follow up consistently, but my request has not been considered. Should not aiding differently abled person be part of CSR activity? And then why the company is hesitant in supporting me? I appeal for your support in certification work, including Form 15CB. Your assistance would mean a lot to me. If I can't get help from such a reputable company like Cipla, then whom can I turn to? I'm resending my credential after AGM to uh, to your ID and hopes of receiving justice and proactive consideration for desired help and support. I want to clarify that I am not seeking handouts or free money nor sympathy. I value my independence and self-reliance as a chartered accountant, and I hope you can understand and respect my desire to maintain that independence. Thank you for considering my request. I firmly believe that with your support, I can make significant contribution to our organization. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I now invite the next speaker shareholder, Ms. H.S. Patel. Please unmute your microphone and proceed with your question.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Thank you, dear. Respected Chairman, Mr. Y.K. Hamid, sir, Mr. M.K. Hamid, other eminent directors on the board, the Managing Director, Mr. Umang Vora, our CFO, Ashish Adukia, and our most favorite, Mr. Rajendra Chopra ji, Siddharth. I'm very much thankful to you. Very, very efficient work you have done in the CS department, secretarial department. Very helpful and very up to date in giving help to the shareholders. Very nice work done, Siddharth. He should be rewarded. Even I'm thankful to Natraj. He has also been very helpful, and the whole team is very good. Thank you, Mr. Rajendra Chopra ji. Mr. Umang Vora, I strongly support resolution number 4 for his recoming on the board as the MD. So Umang Vora ji, you have 0.04% of shares of Cipla. Very nice. I'm very happy to note that the directors of the company are holding shares of the same company. Because in some companies, directors are there who don't hold shares. This is, I'm really very proud of you, Mr. Umang Vohra, and you have been doing very good job for the company. Thank you very much. Cipla has been the third largest pharmaceutical company, the 15th in the global generic company, and third largest in the respiratory section. This year, the revenue growth is almost 13%. It's very nice to note that. Commercial engineering of the company is operating perfectly well, no doubt. Sir, I would like to know what is the total debt of the company and how, what is no doubt the debt is coming down, but at present, what is the total debt? I congratulate the company and all its employees for the hard work that they have done for receiving various awards and accolades. Especially, Cipla was first to introduce antiretroviral drugs against HIV. Congratulate each and every employee and good luck to you for this. It is true that success does not depend does not make the company great, but it is the contribution of each member of the company to the society at large that makes the company great. And no doubt Cipla is doing that. All the best to you, Cipla, and its employees and the board of directors and the management team. Anyway, Cipla, sir, here as one of the shareholders has previously spoken about Titan. Titan has taken the great initiative in recalling, unclaimed dividend of the shareholders. Those who have not claimed dividend for the last 7 years, the dividend along with the certificate goes to the investor education, that is IEPF, Investor Education Protection Fund. And from there to trace out their past dividend is very difficult. So extra care has been taken by Titan, and they have come out with the resolution that they are appointing a company and paying that company to retrieve the shareholders at their residence. Whether the residence is changed, whether the resident, the shareholder is dead or alive. It's a very good initiative by the company. I hope even Cipla comes out with such new helping aids to the shareholders instead of throwing the dividend to the IEPS fund. Next, I would like to, sir, I'm a little orthodox. I don't say that I'm not modern. Of course, I'm modern also. But our Mother Earth is full of various plants, where various, richly rewarding Mother Earth, especially of our country, India. And as likely said by Mr. Vohra, that we don't inherit, we not only inherit, I would say, we not only inherit from our parents, but we also borrow it from our children. And when we say we borrow it from our children, we should do something for the Mother Earth also and for our future children also. Like we have many medical herbs, many plants which we can use in Cipla instead of just using only medical. Numani Muslim का तो कितना ऐसा medicines आता है which is made out of plants and herbs. Why don't we make use in Cipla all such plants and herbs of Mother Earth? Turmeric, ginger, methi, all these are very, very wide. We can come out with turmeric milk powder, ginger milk powder. Early morning to have a very hot cup of milk with a little ginger and turmeric is very good, especially in winter and in this monsoon season. Why we are not giving this to our public at large? Mr. Vohra, please, and the medical team, please, I would like to request you to please put some special attention to this. And Mr. Ashish Adukia, you are a CFO. please see that some finances are given to them to take out such medicines from the plants and herbs. Also, one important thing I would like to make
Mrs.
note.
Patel, Mrs. Patel, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
May
Yes,
I,
sir,
may I
certainly.
request you that I can meet you and I can take your suggestions in detail? Because
That never happens, sir. That never
it
happens.
will
Never
happen.
happens.
It
In the
will happen.
in the whole year, sorry to interrupt you, in the whole year, shareholders are not called, not even spoken even once. I don't say you call 10,000 or 15,000 shareholders, but at least the speaker shareholders are not even called. When we ring them, I'm not talking about Cipla alone. I'm talking about innumerable companies. When we ring them up, secretarial department, our call are never answered. Do you know that, sir? We only on the day, on the 2-3 days, 5 days before AGM only, shareholders are valued.
I will,
Believe me, this is a fact.
I will call you, and I personally assure you, I will call you.
One more thing,
Take
one
your
more
day.
thing I would like to bring to notice over here, that please make medicines in such a way that the effect of the medicine lasts for at least 5 to 7 hours. Employees, even in your company, everywhere, human beings are working, whether it is labor is done to earn money. So in order to sustain the body and work hard, let the medicine effect remain in at least for 7-8 hours. हम लोग गोली लेते हैं, उसका इफेक्ट सिर्फ 2-3 घंटा ही रहता है. डॉक्टर भी बोलता है नहीं, दिन में 3 बार लेना. क्यों भाई? तुम्हारा एक दिन में तुम्हारा मेडिसिन का इफेक्ट नहीं रहता है 7 घंटे 8 घंटे के लिए. तो why we are spending 500 and 600 on your MBBS degree? Isn't it? The population is in crores, while doctors are in thousands or maybe in a few lakhs. Why importance is not given to the public at large? Why importance is not given to the people who are sick, who are ailing, going to the hospital and spending crores of rupees? Doctors are to be facilitated, or human being is to be taken care of. I only leave it to you, sir, Hamid sir. Thank you very much, and wish all your employees good luck, the management team and the board of directors. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I now invite the next speaker shareholder, Rajesh K. Chainani. Please accept the prompt on your screen, unmute your audio and video from your device, and proceed with your question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while Mr. Chainani unmutes his audio and video.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah, I am audible. Huh? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Respected Evergreen Chairman Dr. Y.K. Hamid ji, Vice Chairman Mr. M.K. Hamid, Executive Vice Chairperson Ms. Samina ji, and CEO Mr. Umang Vora, and a very, very highly distinguished board of directors, my fellow shareholders. My name is Rajesh Chainani. I have joined in from Vilepala, Mumbai. So first of all, I thank our company secretary, Mr. Rajendra Chopra ji, for sending me the physical copy very well on time. So it is full of each and facts and figures in place. And I thank Mr. Nataraj also. I got the call from the secretary department for joining the AGM. So it's a very good relationship maintained by Mr. Rajendra Chopra between the shareholders and the management, because the secretarial team is the one who keeps a very good contact, and he has done a very good job. So the very good corporate governance. So page number 10, the 10 years highlight is very well presented. There's a company, EPS is 34.69, but the dividend has been whatever. Well, thank you for the dividend. What should I say? So our share capital is 161 crores with the reserve and surplus very good, sir. So, sir, do consider something for the shareholders. It's been a very, very long time. I think it was something 2004 or 5 when we issued the last bonus. And sir, time to time, Mr. Umang Vora ji, from time to time, I have been able to hear you and see you on CNBC and ET Now. So whatever, even after the results, you were on the ET Now. So I got the opportunity to hear you, and it was a very good presentation what you have shown. Sir, rest, nothing much to add for me, sir. And sir, only thing is the promoter shareholding is 33.47. The public shareholding is only 0.02. So correct me if I'm wrong, sir. And sir, there was an article last week, sir, in Economic Times where Mr. Jairam Ramesh was Congress party, so very concerned about the stake being sold by the promoters, sir. So because of Mr. Hamidji, it is you who is more concerned about the health of the country, sir, because your medicines are very much less expensive compared to the multinationals and all. So, sir, if you are selling your stake to the Blackstone or I don't know whatever the name is coming up, though it will be a professional company, but sir, the prices of the medicines will skyrocket, you know. So as it is, we are general public is suffering, and you have always taken care of the, and you've always thought about the people, you know. So just throw the light on that, sir. और सर इतना ही कहूँगा सर, अभी ज्यादा टाइम ना लेते हुए इतना ही कहूँगा सर आपके लिए, रात आती है सितारे लेके, नींद आती है सपने लेके, हमारी दुआ है कल की सुबह आए आपके लिए खुशियां लेके। और सर आपके साथ जो रिश्ता है सर सालों का बरसों पुराना है, तो यही कहूंगा सर, रिश्ता चाहे कोई भी हो, रिश्ता चाहे कोई भी हो, हीरे की तरह होना चाहिए, देखने में छोटा सा परंतु कीमती और अनमोल होना चाहिए। With this, sir, I support all the resolutions and sir, my very best wishes to the company, sir. Thank you, sir, and thank you to the Secretarial Department for giving me the opportunity, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I now invite the next speaker shareholder, Bharat Pratap Singh Negandhi and Lata Bharat Negandhi. Please unmute your audio and go ahead with your question.
Respected Chairman, Board of Directors, allow you hear me? आप सुन सकते हैं हमारा बात?
Yes, sir.
आप सुन सकते हैं, we can hear you.
Respected Chairman, Board of Directors and fellow shareholder, good evening to all of you. My name is Bharat Negandhi from Bombay. Firstly, I have received the annual report in time. Report is very beautiful, authentic and transparent. And congratulations Company Secretary Mr. Rajendra Chopra and Natarajan and Pawan Kumar and team to send me the annual report to my residence address. I have strongly support to Mr. Umang Vora for the director. Sir, I have already sent to my queries in email. So I have not asked any question because of give me the reply afterwards. I fully support to pass all the resolution and which company may be bright and healthy future of the company. Thanking you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I now invite the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Santosh Kumar Saraf. Please accept the prompt on your screen. Unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with your question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while Mr. Saraf unmutes his audio and video. Mr. Saraf, please accept the prompt on your screen. Unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with your question. Please unmute your microphone and proceed with your question.
Hello. हाँ, आवाज आ रही है सर?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, उपस्थित निर्देशक सदस्य, अधिकारीगण, मेरे सेवल भाई बहनों, जो आज वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस के सुपरडेंटेंट में संतोष कुमार साहब कर रहने वाला, आप सभी को नमस्कार करता हूँ। आशा करता हूँ आप इस समय मैनेजमेंट और उसकी टीम को धन्यवाद देता हूँ 425% डिविडेंड देने के लिए। सर काफी अच्छा डिविडेंड दिया, इसके लिए मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ और मैं उन कर्मचारियों को भी धन्यवाद देता हूँ जो हमारे फैक्ट्री में काम करते हैं, जिनकी कड़ी मेहनत के कारण आज इतना अच्छा रिजल्ट मिला और हमें इतना अच्छा डिविडेंड आपने दिया। सर मैं उनका आभार प्रकट करता हूँ, प्रार्थना करता हूँ आप इसी तरह मेहनत करिए तो हमें भी डिविडेंड मिलेगा और मैनेजमेंट को भी नाम ऊंचा होगा। सर आपने इस साल नए प्रोडक्ट क्या किए, कितने निकाले सर, नई दवाया में रिसर्च करके क्या निकाला है और फ्यूचर में अपना फ्यूचर में ग्रोथ के लिए क्या प्लान है सर, इसके बारे में बताइएगा सर। और कुछ दिन पहले पेपर में न्यूज टीवी में न्यूज आ रही थी कि हमारे वर्जिन प्रमोटर अपना शेक किसी दूसरी बाहर वाली कंपनी को बेचने जा रहे हैं। तो इंडिया की इतनी बड़ी सिप्ला दवाई की कंपनी है सर, तो अमेरिका वालों की शायद नजर है, तो क्या कारण ये खबर सच्ची है झूठी है, और अगर ऐसी खबर है तो हमारा मैनेजमेंट वर्जिन मैनेजमेंट उसके लिए क्या कदम उठा रहा है, ये बताने का कष्ट करिएगा सर। सर लोगों ने काफी कुछ प्रश्न किए हैं लेकिन मेरे ज्यादा नहीं, एक तो डिस्प्यूट केस काफी है सर, 3 पेज अपने के डिस्प्यूट केस से भरती है सर बैलेंस शीट के, तो अपनी लीगल टीम को बोलिए इतने पेज जो लगता है डिस्प्यूट कई बार होता है
ये कंपनी बड़ी डिस्प्यूट रखने में इंटरेस्ट रहती है। कैसे क्या कंपनी क्या
Mr. Saraf, sorry to interrupt you, sir. Your audio is breaking.
Okay, 1 minute. Just to give me time. 1 minute, sir. Now, hello.
Yes, sir. Please
Hello?
proceed. Please proceed with your question.
Now it's clear, na?
Yes, sir. It is better.
ओके सर। तो सर मेरे कहने का मतलब है कि अभी आपके डिस्प्यूट केस के 3 पेज है, उनको जरा कंप्लीट करिए। बहुत
Mr. Saraf, sorry to interrupt you, sir. Your audio is breaking. Please mute your video and proceed with your question. Mr. Saraf, please mute your video and proceed.
हेलो,
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
अब आ रहा है तो?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
हाँ सर, पता नहीं क्या तकलीफ सर। तो ये कि डिस्प्यूट केस काफी है, 3 पेज है, को कंप्लीट करने की चेष्टा करिए। दूसरा, अभी फिजिकल सेल के बारे में हर्षी पटेल बोल रही थी, तो मैंने पूछना यह है कि अपने जो एम्प्लॉय हैं वो अभी कितने एम्प्लॉय हैं जो फिजिकल सेल अभी भी रखे हुए हैं। वो एम्प्लॉय से मेरी रिक्वेस्ट, वो अभी तक फिजिकल सेल उनको डीमेट क्यों नहीं कराते? जब तक सेबी 2018 से कंटिन्यूस कर रही है कि आप डीमेट करवा लीजिए। और है हमारे शेयर होल्डर की बात, तो शेयर और फिजिकल शेयर रखे हुए सर, कोई तकलीफ है? हमने तो कोई तकलीफ नहीं होती। ये है कि जिसने कई नाम ऐसे रखे हैं जो नाम अलाइव ही नहीं है, तो उसके लिए जरूर तकलीफ होगी। कि अभी पैन कार्ड पहले 2-2, 3-3 रखते थे, अब एक पैन कार्ड हो गया तो तकलीफ होगी। ज्यादा मैं समय नहीं लूंगा सर। आप रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के बारे में क्या कदम उठाइएगा सर, और रिसाइक्लिंग ऑफ वाटर के लिए क्या कदम उठाया सर। लास्ट में यही कहूंगा सर, बीसी मीटिंग काफी अच्छी होती है, लोग बाहर से अटेंड कर सकते हैं। तो मैं चाहूंगा फ्यूचर में अगर फिजिकल मीटिंग करते हैं तो 10-15 मिनट का ऑप्शन बीसी मीटिंग का भी रखिए, जिससे हम बाहर वाले शेयर होल्डर अपने कर्मचारियों के प्रति और आपके प्रति अपना आभार प्रकट कर सकें। लास्ट में सर, आप सभी को 2023-24 पाने से शुभकामना देता हूँ और भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ आप सभी के लिए और आपकी फैमिली के लिए 2023-24 हेल्दी, प्रोस्पेक्ट, सेफ्टी के साथ व्यतीत हो सर। और अपने 15 अगस्त की भी आप सबको शुभकामना देता हूँ। नमस्कार। मॉडरेटर को भी धन्यवाद देता हूँ, काफी अच्छे इनका मैनेजमेंट है, इनका भी आभार प्रकट करता हूँ। जय हिंद, जय भारत। समय देने की धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much. We request all the speaker shareholders to please restrict your comments or questions to 2 minutes. I now invite the next speaker shareholder, Bimal Kumar Agarwal. Please accept the prompt on your screen. Unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with your question. Please unmute your audio and video and proceed. Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Good afternoon and good evening to everyone. First of all, I'll thank the company secretary, his team and the management staff and the shareholder. As chairman has already spoken such a good thing, he has given speech. I got nothing to say about and I have supported all the resolution and try to arrange a visit if possible. And always keep the meeting online only, because anyone can join from now. People are joining from Delhi, Calcutta, Ahmedabad. Keep it online only. Don't have physical meeting. We are saving quite a lot of money also. Why you want to have physical meeting? Keep it online. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I now invite the next speaker shareholder, Hariram Chaudhary. Please accept the prompt on your screen. Unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with your question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while Mr. Chaudhary unmutes his audio and video. Mr. Chaudhary, please unmute your microphone and proceed with your question.
Now I've unmuted and I've started my video also. Now I'm taking my speech. Mr. Chairman, Sri Hamid ji, and I would like to have the attention of Sri Rajenji Chopra and the CSR Committee Chairman And I first appreciate the efforts of Sri Rajenji Chopra, Chiragji, Agenji, Natarajanji from the Secretary Department, who had helped us keep the percentage with the shareholders. Mr. Chairman, I am speaking. My name is Hariram Chaudhary. I am speaking from Santa Cruz. Now, during the COVID, Mr. Chairman, when there was a black marketing price of the medicines, our company Cipla was there, which provided at a cheaper rate. We appreciate very much for that, and I also thank for the dividend. Now, Mr. Chairman, I suggest that we have all the meetings in hybrid form, physical as well as online. That these are any citizen can attend, and outside persons can attend, and also in High Court it is there. In my other company where I'm a director, we have the hybrid system. Please continue to have hybrid system only. And Mr. Chairman, please have the get together of the shareholders, those who are present today, and if not that, at least the speakers. And this can be done in your office itself. You may not spend for the whole. Now about the CSR, kindly let us know how much amount we have spent and whether this amount is more than 2% of the net profit. Who is the chairman of the CSR committee and who are the members of the CSR committee? Now, kindly let the annual report, I compliment the company secretary for having prepared the informative annual report. Now, Mr. Chairman, I suggest that we have a dedicated mobile phone in the secretary department so that when we don't get the landline, we can at least send the message. And kindly let us know whether we use solar energy in our plants and all our premises, whether we are using water harvesting. Kindly let us know about that. Kindly let us know what are the latest technology, digital technology we have adopted. Have we adopted artificial intelligence? Now, kindly let us know how much capital expenditure we spent during 22-23 and how much capital expenditure we will be spending during 23-24. And I support the request for factory visit. I support the request for bonus. And Mr. Chairman, please let us know how many total persons are participating in this meeting. Now, one more request. Please do not, for those who have not claimed the dividend, please send one more reminder to them so that they can claim it. Now, in conclusion, I support,
Mr. Chaudhary, we are not able to hear you, sir. So it looks like you have muted your microphone. Thank you. It seems that we have lost the connection for Mr. Chaudhary. We'll move on to the next speaker shareholder, Mr. Dhyaneshwar Bhagwat. Please accept the prompt on your screen. Unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with your question. Mr. Bhagwat, please unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with your question. Please unmute your microphone. So we can see you. Please unmute your microphone and proceed with your question. Sir, we can't hear you. Please unmute your mic and proceed with your question. Mr. Bhagwat, please unmute your microphone. We are not able to hear you, sir. As there is no response from Mr. Bhagwat, we'll move on to the next speaker shareholder, Anil Champaklal Parekh. Please accept the prompt on your screen, unmute your audio and video from your device, and proceed with your question. Mr. Parekh, please unmute your audio and video from your device.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
हमीद जी, आप सुन सकते हो हमें?
Mr. Parekh, you are audible. Please go
अनिल
ahead.
जी सुन सकते हैं. You are audible. सुन सकते हैं आप.
हाँ. Mr. Y.K. Hamid, Mr. M.K. Hamid, other board members and my fellow shareholders. Sir, I'm Anil Parekh here from Bombay. I would like to first thank our CS team, Mr. Rajendra Chopra, very kind person and wholehearted uh, support for us whenever we call him. And he needs to be, what you call, promoted for future prospects of this company. Chairman sir, I am very much pleased with the performance of the company. Year on year, we are doing wonderful job. Our revenue has grown to 22,753 crores. Profit for the year is 28 crores. 2,802 crores, and you have declared dividend of 8.5 rupees. Thank you, sir, for taking care of small shareholders. Sir, many things has said before me, many shareholder. I'm not going in detail. My only question to you is, sir, where we stand as far as generic medicines are concerned, and just now we are at the third position. So what would be the scenario as far as the world over and Asian continent? Sir, I have no questions. Still, I'm supporting all the resolutions with whole of my heart. And sir, my request again to you is, please have a physical meeting. Since last 3 years we are unable to meet each other, now it's high time to meet in physical meeting. Chairman sir, thank you for allowing me to speak, and I support all the resolutions.
Thank you very much. Speaker shareholder, Mr. Gaurav Leeladhar Rozatkar. We tried contacting him to join the meeting. However, on the account of no response, we'll move on to the next speaker, Ms. Surekha Sharat Kumar Shah and Sharat Kumar Jivraj Shah. Please accept the prompt on your screen. Unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with your question. Please unmute your microphone and proceed with your question.
Yeah. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. You're audible. Please go ahead.
Sir, I regularly attend this meeting when it was conducted physically, and I have gone through the report, and again I have heard chairman, group CEO. It has given me good idea.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Shah. I would request you, sir, to please hold your microphone slightly close.
Okay.
Your audio is not clear.
Okay, now it is okay. Is it okay, sir?
Yes, sir. Please proceed.
Sir, and basically all information, and it is a very old company. Cipla is serving nation for last 87 years from time of Gandhiji. And what I've seen, say, if you just see a 6-year revenue and PAT is increasing. Page number 10, all years highlights are excellent. And what is basically that your presence and your turnover, because now all MNC's turnover is not that much, and our turnover is 23,000 crores, and really we are helping people to have medicine, sir. And what is my observation? See, I have gone through your standalone profit and loss and consolidated profit and loss. My observation is, sir, our consolidated report is excellent this time, and the loan is slightly lower than the previous year. And my other observation in standalone, the employment cost is 2,377 and my PAT is 2,513 crores. So PAT is higher than the employment in standalone. But when I look into the consolidated, sir, my PAT is 2,832 and the employment cost is 3,830 crores, which is much higher by around 1,000 crores, sir. And what I feel that when we run a company for shareholders, promoters, and to make profit. And here what I see, we spend more money on employment. So definitely I feel personally that we should look into this aspect and then see that our PAT is always higher than employment cost. Another thing, sir, first speaker talked about the shares. I have seen I last 4 months. I should say in 2019, I was doing DMAT, and after that I stopped it. And now from 15th of March, I started dematting my shares, and around at least I have done 60 companies dematting. But what I have found with KFinTech is, sir, there is no consistency, there is no logic, and there is no common sense while doing a demat procedure, because if the share value is very low, still they reject. And if because of this, I'm facing some problem with 6 companies, and that company's details I have forwarded in the PDF form to you. And if you can help me in that respect, request if KFinTech, our company secretary Rajendra Chopra can do that and ask him to see that the demand is. And today I went to the bank. What is my observation, sir? This basically KFinTech link time, they take lot of time or they don't do the dematting. But all small RTAs in India, they do the dematting very fast, very quickly, without any hassle. So, and if I can do the demat of 60, 70 shares, why the KFinTech is taking time to demat my 6 company share? And another thing, what I observed, sir, that I have done KYC with KFinTech for my wife and myself in Reliance 560 shares. So it's already available with them. And another thing, in case of Rain Industries, KFinTech was RTA, but company said, don't hear what KFinTech says, only provide me.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Shah. I would request you to ask.
Last sentence, sir. I don't have anything. They said that send me only a which links the Aadhaar and PAN, and immediately he has done a demat of my Rain Industry share. So I request you, whatever PDF I have sent to you, please look into it and try to see that my demat procedure is complete. That is the only request, sir. Thank you very much.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Shah. Thank you very much, Mr. Shah. Next speaker, shareholder Kirti Shah. We tried contacting him to join the meeting. However, on account of no response from the member, did not join the AGM. Next speaker, Mahesh Kumar Bubna, did not registered for the AGM but did not join the meeting. We'll move on to the next speaker, shareholder, Mr. Dinesh Bhatia. Please accept the prompt on your screen, unmute your audio and video from your device, and proceed with your question. Mr. Bhatia, please accept the prompt on your screen, unmute your audio and video from your device, and proceed with your question. Please unmute your mic and proceed with your question.
Hello. हाँ सर, मेरा आवाज सुनाई देता है?
Yes, sir.
Hello. I am Dinesh Bhatia speaking. हाँ सर, मेरा आवाज सुनाई देता है? Hello. हाँ मैं
Yes, sir.
दिनेश भाटिया. हाँ, फर्स्ट तो सर मैं आपको और आपका एंटायर टीम को कांग्रेचुलेशन कहूंगा. बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बड़ा अच्छा मेहनत आप लोग कर रहे हैं. इसका जो हमारा शेयर बाजार में रिफ्लेक्शन हो रहा है. हमारा आज की तारीख में 2 रुपये का शेयर जो है शेयर मार्केट में 1250 में ट्रेड हो रहा है, जो एक हमारा कंपनी की प्रोग्रेस की निशानी दिखा रही है. वो एक अच्छी बात है. आपकी चेयरमैन श्री, आपकी और आपकी फाइनेंस टीम की और आपकी सेल्स टीम की सबकी मेहनत दिखा रही है कि हमारी कंपनी आगे आगे बढ़ रही है। जो हमारा रेवेन्यू जो है साल का ये 15,790 करोड़, ये बहुत बड़ी आप लोग की मेहनत दिखा रहे हैं। उसमें भी हम देखें तो हमारा जो रेवेन्यू नेट प्रॉफिट हमारा 2,513 करोड़, 2,513 करोड़, ये भी एक बहुत बढ़िया चीज है। जो आपने कंजर्वेशन करने के हिसाब से हमारा जो शेयर का रेवेन्यू है वो अच्छा बढ़ा हुआ है। जो हमारा 2 रुपये का शेयर जो है उसके पीछे अर्निंग जो है 30 रुपीज 61 पैसा, ये एक बहुत बढ़िया है। आप सबकी बहुत बड़ी मेहनत दिखा रही है। ये तो अगला साल का तो ठीक है, ये फर्स्ट क्वार्टर का आपने जो आज रिजल्ट दिया है स्टॉक मार्केट, वो भी बहुत बढ़िया है सर। जून 23 का जो हम BSE साइट पे हमारा रेवेन्यू देखा 4,318 करोड़, ये एक एक्सलेंट, वो तो ठीक है, लेकिन हमारी जो कमाई जो है नेट प्रॉफिट 895 करोड़ ये क्वार्टर का, ये एक बहुत बढ़िया आप लोग की मेहनत है। आप लोग का बढ़िया काम आप लोग कर रहे हैं। खाली मुझे आपसे एक जानकारी चाहिए कि हमारा ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टमेंट कितना है और हमारा रेवेन्यू कितना है ग्लोबल इंटरनेशनल मार्केट का। और लास्ट में मेरी एक रिक्वेस्ट और रहेगी कि आप जो हमारा शेयर जो है 2 रुपये का है उसको 1 रुपये का कर दो सर। तो हम बोनस तो नहीं मांग रहे आपसे, लेकिन हम उनकी रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि अगर आप 1 रुपये का शेयर करेंगे तो हमारा 1 का 2 शेयर हो जाएगा, मिनी बोनस जैसा ही हो जाएगा। और उसका जो हमारा फाइनेंस में या बैलेंस शीट में कोई रिफ्लेक्शन नहीं होएगा, खाली हमारा शेयर की संख्या बढ़ेगी, शेयर की संख्या बढ़ेगी। और मैं इतना गारंटी से कहता हूँ कि अगर आप 2 शेयर करेंगे तो नेक्स्ट ईयर हमारा 1 रुपये का शेयर भी 1200 के 1000 के ऊपर ही ट्रेड होएगा। तो हो सके सर तो आप ये हमारी रिक्वेस्ट स्वीकार कीजिए, अगली आपकी बोर्ड मीटिंग में पास कीजिए और हमें 1 शेयर का 2 शेयर बना के दे दीजिए। मैं हर एक रिजोल्यूशन में सपोर्ट देता हूँ। आपका सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट भी बहुत बढ़िया काम कर रहा है। आपकी जैसी भावना है शेयर होल्डर के प्रति कि शेयर होल्डर को ज्यादा से ज्यादा मुनाफा मिले, ज्यादा से ज्यादा वर्तन मिले, तो आपकी जो भावना है ऐसी जो हमारा सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट की भी हमारे लोग के शेयर होल्डर के प्रति अच्छी भावना है। हमें रिप्रेस भी किया और हमें इनवाइट भी किया, तो हमें बहुत अच्छा लगता है। हम आज अभी 4 मीटिंग एक साथ में है, लेकिन हम आपकी मीटिंग में जुड़ रहे हैं, बाकी मीटिंग हम छोड़ दिया है ड्यू टू योर सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट का ये आनंदी वातावरण है हमारे लिए इनविटेशन, बहुत बड़ी बात है। मैं हर एक रिजोल्यूशन में सपोर्ट करता हूँ। ऑल द बेस्ट, थैंक यू सर।
Thank you very much. I now invite the next speaker shareholder, Manoj Kumar Gupta. Please accept the prompt on your screen. Unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with your question. Mr. Gupta?
Yes, hello. Good evening, respected Chairman, Mr. Hamid, Board of Directors, fellow shareholders. My name is Manoj Gupta. I've joined this meeting from my residence, Kolkata. Sir, namaskar. I feel proud to be a part of CIPLA because CIPLA is founded before independence in the country. And we peoples of the country and a runner running 3 hospitals in Calcutta, charitable hospital in Calcutta, we can't forget the contribution of CIPLA in the era of COVID. You have saved the life of more than 100 million people of the country by providing the medicines at a nominal cost at that time. And I thanks to our vice chairperson. She's doing an excellent job for the company and the employees, executives and the investors. And I thanks to the company secretary and his team for their help us to join this meeting through VC. And sir, you are the world leader in generic pharma. Hamid family contribution can't be forget, sir. And you treat as God in the African countries. CIPLA is very popular. I will not ask any question on the accounts because sir, CIPLA is a renowned name. How you will reward to the shareholders? And sir, is it right report in the media, whatever the mentioned by the politician Sri Jairam Ramesh in media, that CIPLA is going to sell Sir, we are with you. We were with you. We are with you. We will with you. Do not sell this company. And Cipla is a very renowned company. And I strongly support all the resolutions because you are the world leader in the inhaler business for the asthma patients. If they will come or they will acquire foreign companies, they will increase the price by 25% to 30% of every product. The middle class will suffer. Those are getting your products at a nominal cost. They have to pay more than the foreigners will come to earn money. So that kindly look into this matter. Sir, thank you.
Thank you very much. I now invite the next speaker shareholder, Sadananda Shastri. Please accept the prompt on your screen. Unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with your question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while Mr. Shastri unmute his audio and video. Please unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with your question.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, good evening. I am Sadananda Shastri from Bangalore. My number is 1170-2201. Chairman, sir, I am going in accordance with your report only and none other than that. I may still emirate more. This is the first time I am attending your AGM with the help of and cooperation of your AGM team. Thanks to them. As per report, page 58, intellectual capital. Have you found out any devices for oral insulin? Page number 60. You have said that the company has launched new products 81, 93, and 78 year on year. But why 15 products short in 22-23? What is the reason? Page number 69. In expansion for the name Cipla, you have given performance with accountability for letter P. Is it possible to implement in the present situation? Fixing accountability is very difficult. Is there any precedence for that? Page number 83. Asthma patients are coming out more from city areas. Any new effective devices, tablets, or capsules are found out for these patients? Nowadays, it has become a talk of the town that using inhalers are dangerous. What is your comment? Page number 84. Have you said in maximizing, you have said in the maximizing shareholders' value that engage with investors through meeting and conference. Why you did not conduct physical meeting? Page number 121. After declaring dividend, the company's duty is to see reserves. Good reserves speaks about the stability of the company. Here, transfer to reserves maintain silence. What is the reason? So page number 185. Company has given due dates for transfer of unclaimed dividend, but the amount is not mentioned. Why? What is the reason? Page number 290, balance sheet. Company's property plants decreased by 255 crores, but depreciation expenses increased by 120 crores. What is the reason? Investment increased by 825 crores. Whether the company feels investment is more beneficial than putting the funds in company's activity. In trade receivables, a total 66 crores are at the verge of becoming bad. It is not a small amount. It would be a big hit to the profit growth. How do the company attempt to realize it? Your equity capital is running on the same track and other equities, that is retained earnings, going up. Why can't the company declare bonus shares to keep the capital in comfortable position to bring down the borrowings, liabilities, and finance costs? Lastly, if the company attempts to control shrewdly the increase in other expenses, company's current year profit growth will be a sound one. Thank you very much, sir. See you next year in the same part.
Thank you very much. I now invite next speaker shareholder, Vasudha Vikas Dakwe. Please unmute your audio and proceed with your question. Ms. Dakwe, please unmute your audio and proceed with your question. Ms. Dakwe, please unmute your microphone and proceed with your question. As there is no response from the current speaker shareholder, we'll move on to the next speaker shareholder, Jaydeep Bakshi. Please accept the prompt on your screen, unmute your audio and video from your device, and proceed with your question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while Mr. Bakshi. Yes, sir, you are unmuted. Please go ahead.
Very good evening, Chairman and Board of Directors. Myself, Jaydeep Bakshi, connecting from the city of Kolkata. Thanks to our Company Secretary, Rajendra Ji, for giving me an opportunity to express my view and presenting a detailed annual report. And sir, your initial presentation was fantastic. You explained our company's position and also future prospects of our company. And sir, our year-on-year growth has been in revenue has been excellent. And on the dividend, you have passed on rupees 8.50 paisa is the excellent one in this type, very economic conditions which every industry is passing. So what is our future CapEx program and our growth plans? And what has been the revenue earned from our global sector? Sir, are we into any promotional tie-ups with any company for new drugs like that? And what is our CapEx program for the R&D for development of new products in our pipeline? And debt recovery, what is our status? And congrats for the awards which we have received. Sir, I just want to request, sir, this landline number is not responding so that we cannot connect because we don't, if we want to get connected, we are facing some problems. And if, sir, you are arranging a factory visit or get together, kindly inform us so that we can take this opportunity. Thank you, sir, and continue this video conference so that we can get connected from different places. Thank you, sir, and stay safe.
Thank you very much. I now invite the next speaker shareholder, Yusuf Yunus Rangwala and Fatima Rangwala. Please unmute your audio and proceed with your question. Mr. Rangwala, please unmute your microphone and proceed with your question.
Sorry, can you hear my voice now?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear? आपको आवाज आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Hamid sir, how is your health, sir? I am very happy and very proud to be excellent shareholder of this company. Sir, my mummy is Fateh Barangwala, she also shareholder. मैं दोनों के तरफ से बात करना चाहता हूँ. फातेह बारंगवाला सी मम्मी, वो भी आपके ओल्डेस्ट शेयरहोल्डर है और आपकी कंपनी ने सर हमें माल बना दिया. अमित सर, जहाँ पे आप बोलते आप कैंसर के लिए भी प्रोवाइड करते हैं सर. You are the one of the leader which take the care of the cancer people. At present, आपका नया कैंसर का हॉस्पिटल कहाँ पे आपने खोला है सर? You are the very excellent people which you have taken on board. And our company secretary, Mr. Rajendra sir, who is a dynamic people. I am very thankful to our excellent company state department, or also thankful to Visa people who provide the technology. They are very good services, sir. Visa जहाँ पे होता है, Visa technology at present they are leader in this field. And we are very happy and very proud to be getting a good services, sir. Sir, many years past you have not arranged a factory visit. Sir, DG 87 general annual meeting और आज अपना ₹2 का शेयर around 1000 के ऊपर है sir. This shows how our foreign institutions are buying. Foreign and LIC, these are the two people who are buying our shares. As I seen today NSE sir and BSC. There are many up and down sir today, but our shares are not very excellent sir. We are the अपना pharmaceutical अपना number ranking क्या है sir? वर्ल्ड रैंकिंग में अपना क्या रैंकिंग सर मैं जानना चाहता हूँ अमित सर और अपने दोनों बोर्ड ऑफ द चेयरमैन एंड वाइस चेयरमैन. आई एम विशिंग अ वेरी हैप्पी ईट एंड वी आर मीटिंग सर नाउ सर. विशिंग अ वेरी हैप्पी ईट एंड फेस्टिवल सर. नाउ वी आर मीटिंग सर एंड ऑल द फेस्टिवल फ्रॉम माय साइड एंड नथिंग मोर टू इट सर. सिप्ला जो अपना पाटलगंगा में फैक्ट्री है, इफ यू अरेंज अ पाटलगंगा विच इज दैट इज अ वेरी नियर बाय. So that is my humble request, sir. Many years have passed. Sir, our 7-8 years before the corona, you arrange a visit. So now the time has come, sir. You please arrange a visit. The two people will come from my side. We are having a two folio difference, sir. So please tell Rajendra sir, there will be two shareholders coming for the factory visit and nothing more to add.
I end my speech saying small praying, sir. फूलों की खुशबू, कलियों की बहार, आने वाले सब त्योहारों का आपको शुभकामना देना चाहता हूँ सर। और आपको चेयरमैन सर, अपनी कंपनी सेल डिपार्टमेंट जो अपना लाजवाब है सर। आज बहुत कंपनी का मीटिंग है, आज आपके सामने इफ्का है सर। एंड देयर आर सो मेनी फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनी हु आर द मेन कंपटीशन इन दिस बिजनेस है। ड्रग्स में जानना चाहता हूँ, व्हाट आर द कंपटीशन वी फेसिंग इन द वर्ल्ड सर एट प्रेजेंट? वर्ल्ड रैंकिंग फाउंडर में क्या है? जैसे अपने को रशिया में कोई अपने दवा जाता है सर, रशिया कोई अपना यहाँ पे कोई वॉर होता है, वहां पे अपना को फार्मास्यूटिकल कोई मेडिसिन आप प्रोवाइड करते हैं उनको वॉर के लिए, ये जानना चाहता हूँ। एंड नथिंग मोर टू ऐड, आई एंड माय स्पीच प्रेइंग द गॉड फॉर योर हेल्थ वेल। सर आप है तो हमें क्या डर है सर? एक छोटे चेयरमैन सर, जब आप તમે छोटो हमारा શું डर છે सर? જેવી गुलाब में खुशबू हो एवी सर तुम्हारी खुशबू महकती रहे सर। कलियों की बाहर आने वाले सब त्योहारों के आपको रिजोल्यूशन में आपको सपोर्ट देता हूँ। थैंक यू वेरी मच। जय हिंद सर। आई एंड माय स्पीच सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच। मे गॉड।
Thank you very much. I now invite the next speaker shareholder, Gautam Tiwari. Please accept the prompt on your screen. Unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with the question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while Mr. Tiwari unmutes his audio and video. Mr. Tiwari, please unmute your audio and video and proceed.
Now I am audible.
Yes, sir. Please proceed.
And I think you can see me a bit.
Yes, sir. You are visible. Please proceed.
So first of all, I am happy to see you hale and hearty, sir. Hamid bhai, you are our heart throb. आप हमारे दिल में बसते हैं सर। सिप्ला हमारे ब्लड में है। Right from day one, from my daddy mummy's time, I am having सिप्ला along with us. तो सिप्ला तो नस नस में समाया हुआ है, और सिप्ला ने जो काम करके बताया है सर, इतना रिवॉर्ड करके दिया है शेयर होल्डर्स को, इतना कमा के दिया जनता, वो तो ठीक है, लेकिन कम्युनिटी को भी इतना अच्छा करके दिखाया है। कम्युनिटी और सोसाइटी में भी इतना अच्छा काम किया है, डाउन ट्रोडन के लिए किया है, दवाइयों के लिए किया है, और हर तरह से विन विन पोजीशन में है। फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग, शेयर होल्डर्स के लिए भी, कम्युनिटी और सोसाइटी के लिए भी, और अपने खुद के ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए भी, और एम्प्लॉइज और स्टाफ और ऑफिसर्स के लिए भी, और आप सब लोगों की मैनेजमेंट के लिए भी सर। बहुत उन्नति की है आप में, जो बिजनेस एक्यूमेंट, जो बिजनेस अंडरस्टैंडिंग है सर, और बिजनेस का जो आप में नस नस में समाया हुआ है ये फील्ड के लिए, वो लाजवाब है अपने आप में। एंड वी रियली सैल्यूट यू सर फॉर योर दिस मास्टरी इन दिस फील्ड। और सर आप सब लोगों को बहुत बहुत गुड इवनिंग सर। आज इनफैक्ट सर आप ऐसा कभी, आज कितनी मीटिंग है सर, और सारे के सारे 3 बजे स्टार्ट होने वाली है। आप सोचिए कि हमको कहाँ होके कैसे कैसे आना पड़ता है जब हम अच्छी कंपनी में होते हैं। आपकी कंपनी को भी छोड़ नहीं सकते। राजेंद्र जी ने तो कई बार, कितने अच्छे सेक्रेटरी आपको मिले सर, नटराज, राजेंद्र और उनके सबॉर्डिनेट सारे के सारे बहुत अच्छे हैं। बहुत अच्छी इन्वेस्टर केयर सर्विस है, बहुत अच्छी इन्वेस्टर की कोऑर्डिनेशन है इन्वेस्टर के साथ में, बहुत अच्छी हार्मोनियस और कॉर्डियल रिलेशंस है। आज तक हमने ऐसा कभी नहीं देखा कि कोई भी शेयर होल्डर सेक्रेटरी टीम के पास गया हो, अपना इश्यू, अपना प्रॉब्लम, अपने क्वेरी लेके और डिसअपॉइंटेड वापस आया हो। हमेशा उन्होंने बहुत सेटिस्फैक्टरी, बहुत ही बेहतरीन हॉस्पिटलिटी से सबसे पहले तो शेयर होल्डर को कंफर्टेबल करवाते हैं। प्लीज आइए, बैठिए, क्या लेंगे आप, पानी लीजिए, चाय पीजिए, उसको शांत करवाते हैं, और बाद में उसकी क्वेरी पूछ के उसको सेटिस्फाई करते हैं। और रियली बहुत लाजवाब है सर ये सारी टीम। और जो आपकी ये जो टीम है, जिन्होंने टेक्निकल टीम है इस जो जूम की, ये भी अपने आप में बहुत लाजवाब है। इन लोगों ने बहुत हेल्प की हमें ये मीटिंग ज्वाइन करने में। एवरीवेयर सर आपके नाम का डंका बजता है, चाहे फॉरेन कंट्री हो चाहे इंडियन कंट्री हो। फॉरेन में भी so many places I had been to, almost 90% of the world। सिप्ला की मेडिसिन बहुत अच्छी तरीके से चलती है सर। आई वुड लाइक टू नो कि हमारी कौन सी नई मेडिसिन अभी लॉन्च हुई है इस साल जो बहुत ज्यादा चल रही है, और कौन सी मेडिसिन हमारी अप्रूवल के लिए वेट कर रही है इन द पाइपलाइन। और सर which of our medicine is bringing us the maximum revenue and maximum profitability at national level and international level। और सर हमारे प्लांट कैपेसिटी का यूटिलाइजेशन क्या है, वी वुड लाइक टू नो। और सर आप सीनियर सिटीजन के लिए जो आपके साथ में बहुत सालों से जुड़े हैं, ठीक है आप CSR एक्टिविटीज तो करते हैं, बहुत बहुत लाजवाब है, वी आर वेरी हैप्पी, लेकिन जो शेयर होल्डर कई सालों से जुड़े हैं, जो सीनियर सिटीजन हो गए हैं, उनके लिए भी आप कुछ ना कुछ कीजिए। देखिए अपने L&T ने, इन लोगों ने बहुत अच्छा वो बनाया हुआ है सीनियर सिटीजन के लिए करजत में। कोई भी आ सकता है, कोई भी वो हो सकता है, तो अगर कभी जरूरत पड़े और किसी को आने की जरूरत पड़े तो कम से कम कुछ तो हो कि सिप्ला ने हाँ ये किया है इसके लिए करके। बाकी तो सर आपका काम अपने आप में लाजवाब है, आपने जो कम्युनिटी और सोसाइटी के लिए किया है, और जो शेयर होल्डर्स के लिए किया है, और जो जनरस डिविडेंड देके बार बार शेयर होल्डर को लाभान्वित किया है, उसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। हो सके तो फैक्ट्री विजिट कीजिए अभी, और हो सके तो सर बोनस के बारे में सोचिए सर। ज्यादा डिविडेंड देके फायदा नहीं है, क्योंकि डिविडेंड बहुत बड़ी टैक्सेबल हो जाता है शेयर होल्डर्स के हाथ में। बहुत ज्यादा शेयर होल्डर दे आर कमिंग अबाउट 30% ऑफ द ब्रैकेट, तो उनका 1/3 तो टैक्स में ही चला जाता है सर। तो आप मिनी बोनस में या इस तरीके से लाभान्वित कीजिए शेयर होल्डर्स को, और या तो फिर आप और कुछ फैक्ट्री विजिट करवाइए। वी विल बी वेरी हैप्पी, वी आर वेरी प्राउड ऑफ बीइंग शेयर होल्डर्स विथ यू फ्रॉम जनरेशन टू जनरेशन, फैमिली टू फैमिली। वी विश यू सर, हम आपके क्या बोलते हैं, लॉन्ग लाइफ और सेफ एंड हैप्पी लाइफ, एंचेंटिंग हेल्दी वेल्दी लाइफ और की कामना करते हैं ईश्वर से। और we support all the appointments, reappointments of directors, and I have already voted in favor of all the resolutions as usual. और लाइफ टाइम हमारा सपोर्ट आपके लिए रहेगा सर, बिकॉज वी हैव गॉट टोटल कॉन्फिडेंस, ट्रस्ट एंड फेथ। सर आप जहाँ पे हैं वहाँ पे चिंता करने की फिक्र की जरूरत नहीं, एकदम शांतिपूर्ण नींद आती है। हमारी इन्वेस्टमेंट आपके साथ में इतना अच्छा काम कर रही है कि वो अपने आप में हम बयान नहीं कर सकते लफ्जों में। So once again, I wish you all the best, sir, along with all the officers, employees, staff, and all those who are connected with us. And आने वाले सभी त्योहारों की शुभकामनाओं के साथ सर, आपके आने वाले हर दिन हो सुपरहिट सर। आप रहे हमेशा हमेशा फिट, ईश्वर से ये प्रार्थना है। आप हमेशा इसी तरह हमारे साथ में बने रहें और हमें आपका आशीर्वाद मिलता रहे आए दिन। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर फॉर पेशेंट लिसनिंग। जय हिंद।
Thank you very much. I now invite the next speaker shareholder, Dhyaneshwar Bhagwat. Please accept the prompt on your screen. Unmute your audio and video from your device and proceed with your question. Mr. Bhagwat, please unmute your microphone and proceed with your question.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I'm sorry that line, the network issue, I can't talk to you. So sorry once again. My name is Dhyaneshwar K. Bhagwat, calling from Mumbai. Respected Chairman, Board of Directors, and my fellow shareholders. Myself, Dhyaneshwar from Mumbai. First of all, I am like to say thanks to Mr. Company Secretary, our Mr. Rajendra Chopra, and his team, also Mr. Natarajan and Mr. Pawan, for doing excellent work. First of all, sending me the soft copy as well hard copy of the AGM, which well in advance, which is full of knowledge, easy to understand. So I thanks to Mr. Rajendra Chopra and his team, as well as investor service persons. Thank you. Secondly, sir, about the AGM copy, the Mr. Rajendra Chopra has done excellent work. He has given all the details like CSR activities, then board of director photograph, color photographs, then again the footprint in global market, it's a global level. He also given that also. So what information, whatever a shareholder require information, that all the information is available in the AGM notice. Third, I support all the resolutions. I don't have much question because in the chairman, Mr. Hamid, has given all the details. And second, Mr. Umang Vora, for the financial part, he has given all the details. So no more question about that. Last but not the least, I support all the resolution. I have only one question. The question is that, sir, how much growth do you expecting for coming financial year? Second question, what market share we having in domestic as well as international? That's all from my side. For coming our Independence Day, I wish company good luck, and for coming festival, I wish again good luck for the company and for the future prospect. Thank you very much for patience here. My name is Dhyaneshwar K. Bhagwat, Thank you very much for patience hearing.
Thank you. Thank you all speakers for your participation. The management will provide answers to your questions shortly.
I love cows and sheep. Moo moo like that. मुझे ना सीन में ऐसा करना पसंद है. I want to learn about space. मैं तो कोई प्लेनेट पे गया ही नहीं, एक प्लेनेट पे गया हूँ जिस पे हम रहते हैं, अर्थ. अरे अर्थ में ही तो सारे लोग होते हैं. Some people don't care, they think there's lots of water on earth, so they leave the taps open. So, noise pollution is also there. Paw, pee, poo, those type of noises. हाँ, मेरे को सपने में आते हैं ये. I don't like people when they throw things into the sea. समुद्र कुछ बोला तो मैं नहीं फेंका, मैं डस्टबिन में फेंका. वर्ल्ड जो रहता है ना, वो घूमने वाला, जिसमें पेड़ को नहीं काटना चाहिए. मैं वायरल कर सकता हूँ. सुनो, हमें प्लैनेट अर्थ को ख्याल कैसे रखना है. सुनो, think and think of everything. हमें गाड़ी ज़्यादा नहीं चलाना चाहिए, हम साइकिल से जा सकते हैं. So I want to make one machine that collects all the pollution and gives that oxygen. I would just go in the sea and clean up, otherwise I'll shock and then I come back. I will actually put a law, whoever throws away trash on the ground, they'll go to jail. You should use recyclable paper bags. You throw it, it'll again come to another person. मैं तो सब कुछ करूँगा, जैसे पानी बचाऊँगा, पूरा दुनिया साफ करवाऊँगा. अर्थ का केयर या वाटर का केयर, ये सब करने के लिए उनका ख्याल रखना है. यही होता है केयर का मतलब. Our earth will become a healthy earth again.
मुझे हमेशा से ही सेल्स में अपना करियर बनाना था एंड इसी ड्रीम को पूरा करने के लिए आई हैड जॉइंड सिप्ला एज ए टेरिटरी मैनेजर. मेरा नाम रजनी सिंह है. मैं सिप्ला में पिछले 6 साल से एज ए मेडिकल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव काम कर रही हूँ. मैं जब भी किसी को बताती हूँ कि मैं सिप्ला में काम कर रही हूँ तो मैं उनकी आंखों में हमेशा एक रिस्पेक्ट देखती हूँ और यही सेम रिस्पेक्ट मुझे काम पे भी मिलती है। कोर्स फील्ड में काम करना हमारे लिए चैलेंज होता ही है। फॉर एग्जांपल हमें वॉशरूम्स के लिए हाइजीनिक प्लेस नहीं मिल पाते एंड टिफ़िन के लिए हमें प्रॉपर प्लेस सिटिंग प्लेस नहीं मिल पाता जहाँ पे हम अपने टिफ़िन एंजॉय कर सके। सिप्ला ने काफ़ी कुछ इनिशिएटिव्स लिए हैं। अगर हम बात करें स्पेशली फॉर फीमेल एम्प्लॉय, सो देयर इज़ ट्रैवल फील्ड अलाउंस अवेलेबल फॉर फीमेल एज वेल एज मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट फ्लैक्सी फील्ड डे। फ्लैक्सी फील्ड डे एक ऐसी पॉलिसी है जहाँ पे हमारी विमेन कलीग मुश्किल दिनों में फील्ड पे ना जाना चाहें तो वो वर्क फ्रॉम होम कर सकती हैं। टुडे आई हैव अचीव्ड अ पोजीशन ऑफ एरिया बिजनेस मैनेजर एंड देयर आर 6 पीपल हु रिपोर्ट टू मी। जिस तरह से मुझे मेरे सीनियर्स ने गाइड एंड सपोर्ट किया है उसी वे में मैं आज अपनी टीम को सपोर्ट एंड एनकरेज कर रही हूँ।
Over to you, sir.
Okay. Dear shareholders, we've just heard many questions and answers from the shareholders. Nothing really very elaborate, but I will get Mr. Umang and Mr. Ashish to answer these now. But there was one question that came up, which is about the news that is being spread all over the media, etc. And I would like to inform you, as chairman of CIPLA, that all the news you are hearing is speculative, and all the clarifications for this have been made to the stock exchange here in Bombay, and whatever information given to the stock exchange is in public domain and is public knowledge. So whatever you all want to know, please do get it from the stock exchange. Over to you, Umang, to answer some of the questions. There was not very much asked about the performance of the company, and as chairman, I would like to congratulate once again yourself, Samina, Ashish, and the entire CIPLA management team on a very good performance for the year that has just passed, and also the figures that I have before me for the 4 months of the current year. And hopefully, God willing, CIPLA will have a very much more successful year in the year ending 2024. Over to you, Umar.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman, and I'm happy to note your comments, and thank you for the support from the board, as always, and to each and every employee and partner of CIPLA. So I will go quickly through the questions. Mr. Arun Bopanna, you had asked about the Ukraine war. You had asked about some statistics on HR in terms of gender and average age. You'd asked about assets and asked about new drug delivery. I think the assets question can be answered by Ashish subsequently. Let me start by saying the Ukraine war had negligible impact in terms of material costs, but it had a huge impact in terms of freight costs. And it had a huge impact in terms of crude, etc. I think those have been mitigated by the company. In terms of HR statistics, we're about 14.4% of our employees are women. This is about 1% higher than the last year, and we are fortunate that we are able to grow this. It is our endeavor to make our workplaces more gender diverse. In terms of overall age, I think CIPLA's, only 3% of CIPLA's population, firstly, is over the age of 50 years. 39% to 40% is between the age of 30 to 50, and the balance are less than 30 years. So our average age comes up to about 33.7 or 34 years or so. In terms of new drug delivery, there is tremendous work happening. You asked specifically about transdermal patches. We are continuing that program. Unfortunately, that lead product that we had from Japan, that is not progressing any further. But transdermal patches as a technology, we have several that we have launched in India, and as a platform that continues to go forward. स्मिता शाह जी, भरत शाह जी, आपका सवाल था फिजिकल एजीएम पे. आई थिंक वो कमेंट्स हमने नोट कर लिए हैं. लास्ट जो बोनस इशू हुआ था कंपनी का, वो 2006 में हुआ था, 3:2 के रेशो में. कौशिक Mr. Kaushik Shahukar had asked about the products for skin rashes and oncology. We have several products. In fact, we are launching now biosimilars in the area of skin rashes. We have a partnership with Novartis for Scafo, which is a psoriasis product. We also have several products that we have launched through our division. Rivella is a range that we sell, which is for skin moisturizing, skin rash. Several of our products are there. In oncology, we have several products. We sell almost 60 to 70% of the range that we can, that we have marked for ourselves. We have collaborations with Roche. We make our own products as well, and many of them are sold. So whether it is trastuzumab, bevacizumab, all of these are sold by Cipla in India. Mr. Patel, you had asked questions about the debt of the company. I think Mr. Adukia will answer that later. You also asked about herbal medicines, and I'm happy to report to you that Cipla is doing a lot in the area of herbal medicines. We are launching, you may have seen that even the product of ORS, we have relaunched that with some herbal flavors. We've also got Nimbu Pani in it. Please do try it if you have not. And there are several other herbal products that we are working on within our consumer healthcare division. Rajesh Chirani ji had asked about the EPS and the bonus. I think that will be clarified by Mr. Ashish Adukia. Bharat Negunda ji, you had asked a question on or over email that will be responded to you by the company secretarial team. संतोष शराफ जी, आपका सवाल था न्यू प्रोडक्ट्स के ऊपर. आपने सवाल डिस्प्यूट केसेस के बारे में भी चेतावनी दी थी कि ये बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. तो इसमें मैं आपको कहूंगा कि डिस्प्यूट केसेस हम लोग बिल्कुल इसको बड़े अच्छी तरीके से इसको ट्रैक करते हैं, और आपका ऑब्जर्वेशन सही है कि ये केसेस थोड़े बढ़ गए हैं, मगर हमारी लीगल टीम बहुत कामना कर रही है कि इसको कम करें ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, और आप ये देखेंगे. बाकी न्यू प्रोडक्ट्स में जितना है, हम तकरीबन हर मार्केट में, अमेरिका में हम 10 प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करते हैं, इंडिया में तकरीबन 40 से 50 प्रोडक्ट्स लॉन्च करते हैं, इमर्जिंग मार्केट्स में तकरीबन 90 प्रोडक्ट्स लॉन्च करते हैं, और ये जो हमने देखा है कि इसकी बढ़ोतरी होती जा रही है साल भर साल. Bimal Agarwal ji, you asked for an online meeting only, and we are considering that between the request for physical and online. Hariram Chaudhary ji, your question was on on the CSR part. I think we do spend in many years, we are slightly higher than 2% of the overall spend of the company. The chairman of the committee is Mr. M.K. Hamid. The company is doing a lot in artificial intelligence. We have several chatbots that are working. We have our supply chain function that is incubating artificial intelligence, and CapEx related questions will be taken on by Ashish Adukia ji. Dhaneshwar Bhagwat, your question was on growth for this year versus the next year. We do not give that guidance. I think you can take the Q1 numbers, and overall the year and the growth will be healthy. I'd like to you also asked about domestic share. We are roughly about 5.5% share in terms of prescriptions. We are trying to get closer to 6%. We are number 3 in the market in India. Anil Parekh ji, you had asked for plans in other markets. We have a set of focus markets in the world. Obviously India, South Africa, US are large markets. Within the emerging side of the world, the Indian subcontinent, closer markets like Sri Lanka, Nepal will continue to be strong going forward for us. We are also trying to build our presence in Brazil, trying to also build our presence in China. If we go to the next question, Sunekha and Sharat Shah, you had asked about standalone to consolidated numbers with reference to employee cost. Ashish will take that further. It is the endeavor of the company to make sure that employee productivity stays high. At the same time, every employee who works with Cipla must have, a huge commitment to their career. And I think Cipla is trying to find that balance. As a company, we are trying to do the best we can for employees. This is truly the force that propels our company going forward. Dinesh Bhatia ji, you had asked about share split. Your comments, आपके comments हमने note कर लिए हैं. Global investment जो था figure वो शायद आशीष जी बता देंगे, मगर आप standalone numbers को देख रहे थे, जबकि हम report करते हैं पूरा consolidated numbers. मेरे आपसे कामना है कि आप वो वाले numbers भी देखें. I think Manoj Gupta ji, your question has been answered by Chairman in terms of the stake rumors around the stake sale. Sadanand Shastri, you had Mr. Shastri, you had asked about oral insulin. We have inhaled insulin coming into India very soon. We are also working on oral products, peptide products that will act as insulin as well as act as weight reduction products over a period of time. So you will see this coming in the next 2 to 3 years. Jaideep, there were also several other questions you had asked, right? They were about, what are we doing to make sure that inhalers are not dangerous? I think we do several awareness campaigns. We call it Berok Zindagi. Inhalers are safe. They are efficacious. This message is going out to several people. You spoke about depreciation, investment. Ashish will cover some of those points when he will cover your answers. Jaideep ji, your question was more on future capex. I'd like to say we are going to spend approximately between 800 to 1200 crores every year on capex. We are very judicious about what we spend. This is in line with how the industry standard is moving. R&D will continue to be a large focus for us. That was your second question. We will continue to do between 6 to 8% of sales. Always 6 to 7% of sales on R&D. And within that, we will prioritize the best outcome that we can get. Yusuf Rangwala and Fatima Rangwala, your question was on factory visit. We have taken that into account. Also on oncology, yes, we are doing a lot of medicines that we are coming out with in oncology. This is one of those areas that is a focus area for the company. There's also been a lot of collaborations we are trying to strike because this part of medicine has lots of innovation that is best to be tapped in the market. Gautam Tiwari जी, आपका प्रश्न था ये मेडिसिन कौन से नए लॉन्च हुए हैं और कौन से ज्यादा चल रहे हैं. हमारे जो इनहेलर की फ्रेंचाइज है वो तो काफी चल रही है. ऑन्कोलॉजी साइड भी बहुत चल रहा है. डायबिटीज में हमारी कई नए कोलैबोरेशंस हैं हिंदुस्तान में, वो भी काफी चल रही हैं. हमारी कैपेसिटी यूटिलाइजेशन ज्यादातर प्लांट्स में 75 से लेके 75% प्लस रहती है. इस वजह से हमारा कैपेक्स प्रोग्राम भी 1000 से 1200 करोड़ तक चलेगा साल भर साल. So with that, I've come to the end of the list. Maybe Ashish, if you can quickly cover some of the questions on the financials that the shareholders had asked.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mang. So, Mr. Arun Kumar, you had a question on attrition rate. So that's about 20% for us. This is more or less in line with the industry. On asset-based, of course, we don't give the projection or forward-looking asset base, but currently our non-current asset is somewhere around 12,200 roughly, which includes your fixed asset as well as your other non-current assets. Mr. Kaushik, you had a question on virtual cost of AGM. It's about somewhere around 50 lakhs, and physical used to cost about 1.2, 1.5 crore roughly. So it is certainly saves us money. Tokshiji, your question was around total debt. Our total debt is only about 532 crore, which includes the debt of QCIL also. Once QCIL is out, then it will be about 520 crore roughly. There was a question around global investment. Like Umang had said, the global investment, if you look at standalone, it is 9,138 crore, which includes the investments that you're making into your subsidiaries. But on a consolidated basis, that number is squared off, so it's much smaller number. There was a question around the shareholding. So 33.47 is owned by promoters. All the other is public shareholding, which is institution as well as retail shareholders. Transfer to reserve is not mandatory as per New Companies Act, and that's why we've not done that. Unclaimed dividend is about 11 crore, which is mentioned in the annual report as well. CSR amount is about 62.3 crore, which is about slightly over 2%. Capex is 841 crore. We stay in the zip code of about 4 to 5% of the revenue. There was a question around standalone profits that have come down in comparison to previous year. One of the key reasons for that is other income that has come down, which is the dividend from subsidiaries that has come down, which was special dividend last year from subsidiary to Cipla Limited. There was also comparison made of employee cost versus the profit between standalone and consolidated. I would like to point out that most of our large manufacturing facilities, and therefore a large portion of our employees, sit in India, which is a standalone entity. And therefore the employee cost in India and a standalone entity is much larger, and consolidates our overseas entities as well. Then there was a comment made on reduction in capex. Like I said, the capex made is 841 crore, but there was declassification of certain assets as asset held for sale, which we have made the announcement for, which is QCIL. Due to that, the capex number, and of course, because of depreciation, the numbers have come down. But we have made investment in capex, like I said. There was an increase in investment, that is because of our investment in Ithris. There was a comment made on bad debt. You may please go and see page 340. In fact, we've had recovery of bad debt as well this year, and there's a lot of rigor that goes into following up on any receivable which is overdue. Other expenses, there was a comment which has gone up because of traveling that has increased, and professional fees also is included in that increase that is there. There was a comment on global revenue. Global revenue, or overall exports in FY23 was about 56.6%, and that broadly reflects our ex-India revenue as well. Yeah, that's it from my side. On dividend, I would like to just comment that we have increased the dividend payout from 16% to about 25%, and we've also put up a revised policy of dividend on the website, which talks about somewhere around 30% dividend is the endeavor that we'll make depending on the cash requirements of the company for various medium-term and long-term requirements. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we have answered all the questions from the shareholders. If there is any question which has left unanswered, I request the shareholder to send the email to me. We will ensure that you get the reply.
Okay.
Chairman, over to you.
Thank you. I'd like to thank all the shareholders for attending the AGM today, 10th of August 2023, and would like to conclude this AGM, and the proceedings of the AGM has now been declared completed. As I had mentioned earlier, the remote e-voting facility is still available to shareholders for the next half an hour. The shareholders who have not yet voted can proceed to vote by clicking the voting icon visible on the screen. On behalf of the board, on behalf of Rajendra Chopra, the company secretary, is authorized to receive the scrutinizer's report and announce the voting results. The resolutions as set forth in the notice shall be deemed to be passed today, subject to receipt of the requisite number of votes. I thank all the participants for attending our 87th annual general meeting and look forward to the next one next year. Do take care and stay safe and happy. Thank you, gentlemen.